Hey everyone, it's Tammy Salamone, the Pink Survivor. Welcome back to the year I wish I could erase, and this is video 7. So the day is May 1st of 2017, and it is my double mastectomy day. Before I forget, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate you all being here. It means so much to me. So leading up to this day, I kind of already had told you in the previous video that, I'm very distraught. I'm upset. I'm worried about what the surgery is going to be like. How painful is it going to be? What am I even going to look like? And then even though we had our plan of what we were going to do, I still 100% didn't know what was going to happen when I woke up. One of the things was I wasn't sure if I would wake up with nipples or not. So that was like a big deal to me. And I wouldn't know that until I woke up from my surgery. But that day we go in early in the morning, we checked in, everything went pretty well. They injected the dye, like I had told you before, so that they could detect cancer in the lymph nodes easier. And then surgery started pretty much on time. I didn't have to wait too long. Anesthesiologist came in, and I started to get into that little twilight sleep, and the surgery began. So the breast surgeon did take about 2.5, I think, to 3 hours is what I ended up hearing. I had a bunch of my family members all waiting for me in this tiny little waiting room too, which was so sweet. And they all stayed there the entire day during my surgery. So it was just very nice knowing that all those people were there, that just really, I don't know, just meant a lot to me that they were all praying and waiting for me to wake up. So I was really scared because I didn't really know what to expect, when I woke up, or I wasn't looking forward to the recovery, and they told me about these drains that I really didn't even, know about what that was going to be like. And they ended up removing the one lymph node, and then they called my husband in the middle of the surgery, and it was clear. So that was great. So then the plastic surgeon was able to come in, and he at that time placed expanders in, and the expanders are like a temporary type of implant. And what happens is you're going to have to go in about every week, and he's going to fill, or he or she is going to fill the expanders up with saline. And then eventually you get those replaced with your actual implants. So I ended up staying there for 2 nights at the hospital because my drains were really still draining quite a bit of fluid. So it's either 1 or 2 nights that you'll stay in the hospital. And the pain is actually not too bad because I woke up in recovery, and I started to have like these hot flashes coming down off the anesthesia. And I'm hooked up to pain medication through the IV, so I was still feeling pretty good at that point. Once they tried to switch me to oral pain medications, I wasn't responding well to that. And I started to become agitated and very uncomfortable, and I couldn't sit still. So be aware of that. They had to end up switching my pain medication, and the second one worked so much better for me than the first. I remember when I woke up from my surgery, one of the first things I did was actually look down in my hospital gown, and I got very emotional, and I was happy that, I did still have nipples. Now, you're only allowed to keep those if the cancer is not anywhere near that area. If they had gone in and found the cancer was too close to the front of my breast, then they would have removed them because it's just too risky. Then I went home with the 2 drains, and it's very uncomfortable, and the nurses try and explain to you and whoever's with you how to drain these drains, and you need them to stop putting out a certain amount of fluid before you can get them removed. So little did I know that I ended up having these drains, which are actually coming out of the side of your body, for 2 weeks. Some women will come home with 4 to 6 drains. I was lucky I only had 2. And I was also lucky that they only stayed in for 2 weeks, because I know some women who have had them stay in even a month, which seems way too long for me. But those were very difficult, and you can't do a whole lot. So as soon as you wake up from surgery, your range of motion is restricted, and you literally can only lift your arms up this high. So you want to have everything, an easy access on your counter. You're not going to be able to reach up to anything too high. You're not going to want to bend down to anything too low. So think about, you want everything kind of in this kind of a level for yourself, for standing up and sitting down. And then slowly, once your drains are removed, you're going to be able to start your physical therapy and your physical therapy exercises so that you can eventually get your range of motion back, so that you can lift your arms completely overhead again. Also, even with just the one lymph node being removed, I still have a numb spot under my arm. So if you have multiple lymph nodes removed, you're going to have much more side effects, much more numbness, and lymphedema is a big side effect that you have to look out for. So when you have these drains in, you're going to probably want to have someone like my husband was so sweet. He always stripped kind of the line for me and drained the drains. And you can't shower that entire time. But believe me, there's ways you can work away around this, which, all of us women will share our little ideas and secrets of what we do. So at that time, I still had hair because I didn't have any chemo in my plan. So I had hair, and my husband had to wash my hair in the kitchen sink. And then I couldn't reach down to shave my legs. So after a few days, I remember just asking one of my girls, they were old enough, to kind of help me out. Like, can you please shave my legs? And then you take a drain belt, which a drain belt is a great thing to get before your mastectomy, because you're going to come home with some kind of drains for sure. And we would kind of like lift the drains up into the drain belt and kind of put it around my neck. And then I would ask my husband, please, can you give me some kind of, shower, at least from, like the waist down. And then we kind of did a sponge bath, for the top half. And you do what you have to do, because trust me, after a day or two, you're like dying for that shower. And I'll tell you more about getting the drains removed and what happened after that.